Sicilian defense, open, classical, Richter-Rauzer variation, 6, e6.7.qd2b78.00009.nb3qb610.f3. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. The c-pawn in the Sicilian defense controls the d4 square. Nf3 moves the knight toward the center in anticipation of a pawn push on d4, where it will be ready to retake the piece if black captures on d4. When black eventually plays nf6, white is prevented from moving the piece to e5 by the opening of the light-squared bishop on d6. d4 offers to trade the d-pawn for the c-pawn, giving up a center pawn for more active pieces. Cx d4 provides black 2 key pawns while giving white only one. Nx d4 recaptures the pawn and activates the knight in return for having one central pawn versus black's 2 central pawns. Nf6 develops the knight toward the center and attacks the undefended e4 pawn. Nc3 defends the e4 pawn and starts to develop on the queen side. Nc6 attacks the d4 knight and supports the e5 square. Bg5 immediately attacks the knight on f6 and prepares the possibility of queenside castling. e6 defends the d5 square and allows the dark squared bishop to develop to e7. Qd2 supports the bishop on g5 and prepares to castle queenside. b7 develops the bishop, unpins the knight on f6 and prepares castling. Queenside castling gets the king out of the center, activates the rook and seeks to start an attack on the king side. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. Nb3 retreats the knight to avoid the exchange. Qb6 develops the queen, frees the d8 square for the rook and controls the a7 g1 diagonal. f3 protects the e4 pawn, strengthening white's center. Game's master. It is the final book action. Very precise. It is best. It's alright. That's good. A powerful play. It is quite good. It is a fair deal after all captures. That's good. Backs off. It is ideal. This is not the best approach. It is incorrect. This misses a chance to relocate a bishop to safety. It is incorrect. Recaptures. It is best. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening.